couple of performances they've had. If anything about these two teams, and like want to get it out of the way quickly and not dwell on it, is that King and IG are really fun to watch at the moment. They'll play absolutely anything.
They are, and we've seen a lot of diversity in this matter just in general. And King and IG may be leading that charge here in the LPL, but we are into the draft here for game number 2, our last of the evening. King over on the blue side, IG inhabiting the red. We've got Alistar Kalista banned for King. We're going to have Echo and Rise banned out for IG, so lots of respect for the power of Echo.
That's twice that IG's done this. Picked him on the first side and then banned it on the next. They obviously think that he's a very strong and diverse champion, and you can understand Rookie's had a great game on it. Now Cacau's had a great game on it. I'm waiting for Zatai to get his shot on the champion as well. Apparently he's third in line, but get him off the board when you're on red.
Yeah, take it away there for IG. Don't give it over to King, who at this point could, like you said, play just about anything, given what they threw out in game number 1. 5 seconds left for King's last ban. What do they want to take away from Invictus Gaming? It is Hecarim again.
Yeah, so Zatai not going to get the Hecarim. You know, that will probably leave Yasuo up. I can't see that one getting banned away here. If anything, I think they'll go towards an AD carry ban. But right now, I actually liked what last game did for King. It means that Yasuo becomes a legitimate flex pick. Insect can play it in the top lane. Korn can now play it in the mid lane. And it's the Fizz that gets taken away from Korn.
Yeah, we saw that again, that must ban. Probably a takeaway from Insect there as well. But King, stick to their guns. Another first pick Sivir.
I actually really like the first pick Sivir. I think Name plays it incredibly well. I think that he facilitates Insect into team fights, and Insect needs a little bit of help right now getting into the backline. So I think that it does a lot of good things for them. And, you know, Cacao straight away in response locks in a Rek'Sai.
I like the Rek'Sai takeaway a lot. It feels like Huey's most comfortable champion, so get that away from him. Of course, is IG going to take the victor away for Rookie once more.
Yeah, so Rookie had a pretty impressive performance once again on on Victor. Wasn't it that lane-dominating performance where he's pushing down turrets and shoving people in? He did farm incredibly well, but the win wall was holding him back a little bit. And it looks again like the Gragas is going to be locked in, but this time maybe in the jungle.
Unsurprisingly, Gragas Rek'Sai, very common pairing there. Again, I mean, Gragas may be a flex pick here as well if they do take it away for King. But you can run just about anything with a Sivir comp, although I think IG's first 2 picks are rather good as well, as they are going to lock in LeBlanc there for Korn. I'm never too sure about his LeBlanc, but it is an assassin, and we're going to have Huey, presumably, on the Gragas.
Yeah, so Gragas being taken away as well there. Korn, his LeBlanc's polarizing. It's either very good or not great. If he starts snowballing on it, he's able to get ahead, but that's not something that really is impressive on LeBlanc. You would hope that is the case. He calls a little bit more jungle pressure into the mid lane when he plays it. But I think that against Victor, it is actually a good lane matchup. So being able to take a very versatile assassin that can move around Victor and trade effectively is going to be something that Korn looks forward to doing.
It would be really weird for me to have Janna open here and have Kid pick a different AD carry, but they're going to pick actually Lucian instead of Caitlyn into the Sivir this time.
Yeah, so maybe this time looking for a 2v2 lane. They've left the top lane open and presumably letting Zatai counterpick and try and run that into a 1v1 lane. Insect, he played the Gragas last game. He's been playing some different things in the top lane, and that would have been different until a couple of other teams played it.
Well,
I'm sure he plays it as well.
Insect plays everything at this point. I feel like Insect maybe ports people from other games and plays them as well in the top lane. I'm not sure. But it is going to be Nautilus Nami there, the deep sea combo from King to round things out. Presumably that's a top lane Nautilus, but it's great to see Zero back on Nami.
Yeah, it certainly is. And, you know, it just makes Nami's lane a little bit more forgiving because you have the ebb and flow. Also gives him the ability to kite because your abilities allow him that extra movement speed. I like the synergy between their kits. I also like the fact that it shoves people off Korn as well. Korn at times has not great positioning if he does throw himself all in there, so it gives him a reset button. I just honestly think it's Zero's best support.
I agree, and it plays so well with a player like Nami who just wants to stay alive and do damage, although he's shown a bit more aggression in his recent lane phases. IG, though, going to take their last pick. It looks to be Na there on the top side of the map against the Nautilus, so tank battles everywhere.
Yeah. Although Zatai's Na really can't be called a tank because he generally goes 2 offensive items straight off the bat with this one.
Master.
Yeah, the mini Na Master is right. He goes for that Black Cleaver into the Frozen Mallet, double hammer, and then just hammer times everyone up there in the top lane.
That sounds not good for Insect's Nautilus.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't. Nautilus already has mobility problems being able to get in there. If you throw a Fromo on top of it, it's not going to be a great laning experience.
No, and I mean, Insect, he's going to go into something I'm not going to call standard, but a little more commonplace, at least, in recent times.
It's been played 3 times.
That's true. It's certainly been popular this weekend, at least, as Insect. There's a nod list. He's going to be playing up against Ty's Nah in the top lane matchup. And, of course, we reverse everyone's favorite jungle matchup, Gragas versus Rek'Sai.
Yeah, actually, it was Echo last time. It was Gragas up there in the top lane last time around. But, yeah, it definitely is a very familiar matchup. It's always
that matchup, it feels like. For Korn versus Rookie, Victor versus LeBlanc. You mentioned a good matchup here. I'm curious as to why.
Yeah, well, so the thing about Victor is as soon as he throws that laser beam out, it travels to you, so you're able to distort around it and then get your harass down. Also, incredibly squishy and very hard to hold a LeBlanc inside your gravity field. So I just think that in the laning phase especially, it goes a little bit in Victor's favor in saying that as soon as he gets any AP, he can just drop that ultimate on top of you and die.
And again, Korn, like you mentioned, very polarizing sort of player, so he's going to have to get work done here.
Yeah, he certainly did, especially in the laning phase. Like, they need a gank Rookie, try and get him behind early and see if they can get the LeBlanc rolling.
Well, not the easiest thing to do, but we'll see if they can accomplish it. We're going to get ourselves under the rift for the last game of the evening. And welcome back for our last game here between Invictus Gaming and King. IG find themselves up again in a very dramatic end to our last one here. We're going to wrap up week 5 of the LPL, and it's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy weekend, Spawn, of matches. But today has been perhaps even crazier.
Yeah, it certainly has been. And, you know, what a great matchup to end a crazy weekend. King playing whatever they want right now, and Invictus Gaming trying to recapture some of their previous flair and form, you would have to say. And no aggression whatsoever at the start of this game. It looks like we're just going to have standard lanes.
Yeah, this is actually a big stack here from King. But defensively, maybe hoping or thinking that IG is going to walk through that part of the jungle.
Redshin.
It is Redshin. It's great. Finally seeing him come out there in the bottom side. 2v2 be interesting to me. I wouldn't mind seeing this matchup.
Yeah, it's certainly. I think that Nami beats Janna. That's historically what the matchups told us. But Lucian also fairly good against Sivir, so we'll have to see whether it does work out in their favor. It's Insect. Looks like he's going to start a camp.
Yep, going to be able to take away that. As you said, Insect going to continue his trend of playing junglers in the top lane in some ways, so should be able to pretty easily take away the Raptors with his Riptide. And Korn already skilled Distortion, ready to fight Victor in the mid lane.
Yeah, and you see that it's going to just be a solo start. Actually, no, Gragas heading back down to the Krug, so he will get a leash. He's not going to start a buff. I thought he was going to give that over to Name. And we'll have fairly standard stuff, although, wow, what is the Ty doing?
The Ty is
taking a blue buff.
Oh, wow. With a Doran's Blade. Oh, taking a little creep.
Oh, he took a little one, yep.
That's adorable.
I thought he was going to take everything. I was like, wow, you can do that?
No, I don't think so.
Has he got hyper?
Mini, no, I don't think so. So instead, just return to the top side, ready for his 1v1, but going to get the bad news. Insect's going to be level 2 already.
Yeah, so Insect will be able to recall, get up there with probably, actually he's bought potions already, so just some more potions and a pink ward, you would think. Nice early start.
I would want the sustain, I feel like, against Mini now.
I 100% am on the same page. And you know what? I would want Home Guard boots on one of my first packs as well.
Yep. Curious to see how Insect goes on the top Nautilus. Starting to see quite a bit more of it. Builds have certainly differed. We've seen AP, we've seen Tank, so who knows what Insect's going to be.
Yeah, exactly right. I think that Tank is a little bit better because it means that if you get lane swapped on at any point in the game, you're still relatively okay. But Insect, if anything, will probably completely disregard that and build full AP with a Nash's Tooth or something.
Do you think there's a big difference, given that Insect isn't a 1v1 and hopefully he's going to get more farm this time around?
Yeah, so I think that if you can afford to go it makes you a legitimate threat if you have the Rod of Ages. It's just that it's a lot of gold and amp up time to invest to that when there's immediate options like the Frozen Heart that give you so much in a team fight scenario.
See Korn and Rookie there, sparring off in the mid lane. Pretty even in CS, as I'm sure he'll just be farming it up until some junglers come hanging around. Looking down as well, Kid's actually got a nice lead up against Name, who's going to struggle again starting his Sivir lane. Yeah,
so with them getting the early level 2 because they were able to take the Krug away, just got an early advantage in that lane. You know, the thing about Garena versus...
nice chain there. Rookie does have cleanse, doesn't use it yet, takes a big chunk of harass as a result though. And he has Doran's Ring, so that's going to stick. He's out of potions.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's why the matchup is relatively good. And what I was going to say is that it's very hard to make damage stick to Name right now. So even if they trade, shove him off the lane, get him a creep wave behind, which he is, 6 minions currently, he's going to be able to stay in the lane as long as he wants to. Zero's going to keep him topped up. And against a Janna opponent, it is very easy to make damage stick on Janna, especially once you get through a potion. So that lane should eventually swing back in King's favor.
See what goes here, but IG currently sitting on a very small gold lead of about 300, so some decent CSing coming through right now. And other than that, going to keep it all square on the top side as well. Hopefully, Insect down a bit on CS, but does have his fast. Will keep himself nice and healthy.
Yeah, he's just going to continue to shove that wave in, you would feel. Try and get the Gnar CSing instead of harassing him. Try and build up some form of creeps. Although Zatai seems to have Insect's measure right now in the last couple of matchups. They're falling behind in every wave.
Yeah, Insect not having a fun time this series so far, but we'll see what happens as Huey into the mid lane now on top of Rookie, but massively creep blocked as the wave joins back in.
Yeah, and there was just heaps of creeps there pummeling him as well as Korn takes another laser. Now Kakao's heading up into the top lane. Have to see what the junglers are able to get done early.
I mean, right before that little gank, they're actually both heavily farming.
Yeah,
so
Insect, you're in trouble.
Yeah, he is indeed going to be popped by Kakao as he runs back through the wall. There's a tie lining things up. Misses the slow though. Kakao will not miss that. Q to the wall though after the flash will get him to safety.
Yeah, so he does get out there and you see that he is starting to do some work with that E. So Nautilus proving once again to be a very durable top laner, but with no flash now needs to play even more careful.
Is it wrong that it almost feels like Nautilus might outperform Mega Gnar while he's actually Mega Gnar?
Yeah. Oh, with the CS. 100%. Nautilus' CS is ridiculous.
Good time. I mean, no, in terms of the actual like fight, because Mega Gnar's normally very threatening. Mini Gnar's just annoying as Rookie going to get chained up here again. Kiwi going to find the body slam, but Korn, he's out of mana and he doesn't have very much health either, so Rookie gets away scot-free just using the cleanse.
Yeah, so it has to use the cleanse, and that was not a bad gank once again. They know what they have to do. They have to start shutting this Victor down, but it's just not happening because Korn, he's out of mana already, and Rookie, he's building a CS advantage.
Nami as well, down in CS on the bottom side. Korn actually low ulti there coming through for Victor. Korn will just live through it using no summoner spells.
Wow, that is so cheeky.
It
nearly kills him. Has to burn the flash on the back end. Obviously went a little bit more aggressive, but that's just crazy.
Oh, Nami misses the spell shield though. Does get knocked up as well. Zero chasing in, but Kid dodges it. And this lane's tricky.
Yeah, it certainly is. Nami, once again, he'll be sustained up though, and Kid, even though he has a potion, will start to feel the harass a little bit more. But right now, Kid and Kitty's taking it to them.
Well, almost gets knocked up there as well. Doesn't have a spell shield right now, so has to be careful. Knockup goes the other way though as Kid running low on mana and starting to run low on health. Kind of, you know, like water, gently going to wear you down.
Yeah, that's a very good analogy for it. Just over time, you're going to consistently start losing out on the lane, as even Zatai is starting to lose his.
Zatai is not happy with all these Riptides right now. That was sort of my point about Mega Gnar, is that normally you fight very well as a melee, but you actually don't want to be in melee range of Nautilus.
Yeah, no, never. And he's just able to continually kite back with it. You see that he's actually not down too far in CS right now, only 2. And Zatai goes back and grabs himself a Hex Drinker. He's had enough of the magic damage.
Yeah, he really wants to just put the screws in the matchup here. And Insect has gone for his first back, but he's just got himself a Mana Crystal, which can help with all the spamming of the E, but don't know what he's going to build. Could be anything.
Yeah, maybe will be a Frozen Heart, potentially also the Catalyst of the Protector coming through there as well. Important to note that Insect hasn't used his teleport yet, so we'll be able to get back in the lane with a free shop at some point, or a Dragon Fight might go their favor.
Huey coming in though. Zero wants to line something up. It might be Kitties that they want. They nail him there with the bubble. The exhaust down as well. Huey does have his flash, but he's not going to commit too hard. But again, just a good bit of pressure there from the Gragas.
And exhaust and heal used as Korn goes over the wall.
Dodges the gravity field. Nice use of distortion there to keep him safe, but Rookie's playing the matchup nicely. He knows exactly the power points. As Zatai dives in onto Insect, ults him into the wall. That damage is ridiculous as the depth charge goes out to save Insect. He Qs to the tower. Might not be enough. Flash auto, and Zatai claims first blood.
Yeah, so Zatai in the end, with that Hex Drinker, able to get a much better exchange than what he had previously hoped for. Gets in there, picks up first blood, but Korn going in.
Yeah, Kakao's here though as well. Huey's also coming in, so it's going to be 2v. Oh, that actually saved himself.
Yeah. Just goes back, doesn't want to enter a brush. Of course, never know which one Garen's going to be in, so just backs away.
Garen, better known as Kakao, was in fact hiding in the brush set. Glacial Shroud now done for Insect, by the way. So he's ready as far as that goes, starting to get a bit tankier. Might be going for that full tank Nautilus, but Rookie Going to get himself a blue buff stolen away as Kakao preps it.
Yeah, so they able to invade in there. They already saw where Huey was, recognized the fact that he was going into the bottom side of his jungle with some good wards coming through from Kakao. You see the 2-point wards in the red side of the jungle of Huey, and just able to come up with an early advantage.
Huey actually coming back down to the bottom side as well. Not a whole lot of cooldowns left here. Zero is chasing in, but flashes available means it's going to be quite tricky to lock someone down. And Huey going to sweep the brush. They are really trying to gank this bottom lane.
Yeah, and when all 4 members miss, now Korn going to show himself back in that mid lane. Kid is just like, I know what's going on.
Oh, does he? Gets almost belly slam there. Ulti on to Kitties, lands through. Does gonna maybe has to use the flash, gets tied away over there. Bubble predicting the flash, but Kitties doesn't use it. Nice Monsoon to disengage.
Yeah, so just able to get out of there using the ultimate. 2 ultimates expended on King's lineup, and wow, Kakao is starting to Zatai
That is the tie.
Is starting to really hurt Insect.
Yeah, and as I said, I didn't mind the Nautilus into Mega Nut thing like before level 6 and before Hex Drinker. Really don't like it at all now. The matchup's starting to tip a bit out of control. Almost 20 CS up for Zatai.
And Zatai's really itemizing for the matchup as well. You saw he burnt his teleport to get back into the lane. Now he's gone with a couple of MR items, so he's very much conscious of the fact that he wants to hold Insect down, and doing a great job. 2 levels so far, as well as like 20 CS again.
And again, that Mini-Nar Master getting some pot shots down now, starting to wear down the turret. Insect, he's gotten his farm here, but he's going to fall a bit behind. And if he dies again to Zatai, remember that was a solo kill to start things off here. Good grab though, not in tower range unfortunately. And instead just eats Harass.
Yeah, he ate Harass, but he had ultimate available. If that was in tower range, probably could have been a kill for himself. Just a millimeter off, a little bit unlucky.
Kakao instead going to get the Dragon Corn roaming to the top side to try and help Insect. But Invictus Gaming going to get a free Dragon as a result, and Zatai with enough vision should be just fine here.
Yeah, so Insect probably needs to back away after this wave then, because he is in dire need of a gank. Oh, misses a cannon creep. Just breaks my heart.
You hate to see it. Oh, another grab. Bit too aggressive though again, not winning these trades.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not getting any further ahead. Teleport nearly back available for Zatai. Now the Dragon's gone down, he'll just be able to use that one to farm even more. It's exactly 20 CS the lead. 20 nearly in the mid lane as well, and 10 in the other lanes, and we'll see if Huey's able to get in here.
We're going to look for something. It's a time Mini-Nar, but the ward right in that brush that Huey's standing on, and a boomerang going to give up the ghost immediately as Huey knows that, yep, warded, can't take that away. Rookie going to get his 2nd blue buff, by the way. They held it to make sure Rookie got both, but Korn is feeling very mana-starved at this stage.
Yeah, he certainly is. You know, Kakao just getting so far ahead right now of Huey, level 6 to 7, but more importantly, 29 to 45 CS. Kakao everywhere on the map, now going to deny away more Raptors. And Huey, he's trying to help his lanes out, but it's just, in the end, he's getting picked on.
And you mentioned this about Kakao's style. When he thinks the ganks aren't going to work, he just goes and takes your jungle.
Yeah, he certainly does. And Korn, he's starting to struggle in the CS department. Can't get the harass he wants down onto Rookie in the mid lane. Kakao will exit stage right over Dragon Pit, but feels like right now Invictus are playing their brand of League of Legends.
They are very slow, very controlled, but aggressive when they need to be. It's just a Dragon and a solo kill. The turrets are relatively healthy, probably the top turret, the first one that maybe IG are going to look to take out here. But just applying pressure, making sure things go well. And they're already 2,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, just off that one first blood, as well as the fact that they've got a Dragon. And then everything else is just CS. 15, 20 in a couple of lanes. Now Insect's really started to struggle up there in the top lane. He's going another 2. So it probably will be Frozen Heart first outright. And
seriously? Kakao just stole the
He's just so mean.
He is mean. He's a big meanie. He outsmarted Huey all game 1, won his team the game as a result, and Huey's not catching a break at all.
No, he certainly isn't. Name. It's 13 CS behind as well, starting to struggle a little bit in this lane, although Lucian, a notorious lane bully, so you can't really draw too much into that, is really top and mid where they've started to lose out a lot of this matchup.
You can see Name wants to be aggressive, but can't afford it now. Kakao's going to come in as well, forcing the ulti out of Name. Culling almost going to kill both of them, it seems like, as they get quite low.
And that's a real dive potential right now. Teleport is available on Insect. We'll see whether King want to fight this or if they just back away.
Zatai's keeping him under that turret by the looks of things in top lane, so I don't think Insect can join them.
Yeah, so in the end, they try and back away. Kakao exits and they come back with a little bit more sustain available. See that Korn, he wants to get into the bottom lane and try and help out, but just they can't do anything.
Yeah, Victor's been constantly pushing Korn in there in the matchup, and the fact that he's also falling behind in CS is, you know, not good for Korn, but he's just not been able to leave here. It's a tie again in Mega Gnar form, just bullying Insect. That tower's almost dead as well as Korn. Little wide on the chain.
Yeah, so not able to grab any harass down there onto Rookie. You see that he's just shoved in one more time. Another blue buff going to go over to Invictus.
You have to think Korn's not happy about this. Insect's going to come down and try and stop it. We've got quite a few people. Even Nami has roamed in here as well. And looks like they are going to force them off and make sure Korn gets it.
Yeah, so they will in the end secure their buff for their mid laner. They lose a lot of CS top, and Name probably going to go down.
Getting dived. He's absolutely dead. Flashes and still dies to the autos. Teleports down for Insect, but I think it might be a little too late. He's going to hook onto someone. It's Kitties. Riptide's down. Depth charge as well. Going to get the lockup. Nami going to come in now as well. There is Zero roams in. Insect flashes. He gets the Riptide tidal wave. Might be good. Clips Kid. But the teleport from Zatai keeps everybody away. Zero actually has to run out as Rookie's popped his ulti. Zero caught out of position. Going to go down. And IG just outplaying King at every corner.
Yeah, they're just beating them around every part of the map. Even Huey was not able to get into that fight. He's just trying to grab his red buff right now, and they're not even going to let him do that.
Nope, no red buff at all. Complete control for IG. Zatai, Mega Gnar form now as well. Might just bound in for the ulti. Doesn't flash for it. Does now as it goes in onto Huey.
Rookie does as well.
And that's a lot of damage. Zatai takes the kill.
And they're just going to rotate into mid lane, pick themselves up a turret. They'll grab bottom for themselves as well, easy as you like. And this game has turned into a clinic. Invictus Gaming just running circles around King.
And King had a sloppy early game in game one, fell behind at different stages, but were able to claw it back. This lead is significantly bigger than that one, though. They're about 7K behind, but it was much later in the game. And looking down the lineup, I don't quite see what King can do with the champions they've put together, because they needed to get ahead early.
Yeah, they don't have that split push threat that they had game one. They don't really even have the raw scaling ability right now. Once again, Kakao 24 CS up. Zatai in the top lane is like 30 CS up. He's just having an absolute dominating performance. Has just built to shut down Insect at every single route, you have to say, in the last couple of games, and it's worked a treat.
Yeah, didn't even go aggressive items this time, although still has room if he wants to do it. The Hex Drinker was nice for a bit of aggression, but he's gone straight back to it. Really giving the middle finger to Insect.
Yeah, he certainly is, and he's not done yet. He's going to go in again.
Hyper procs, damage is good. Insect, again, level behind now with his Frozen Heart completed, but that's not enough to shake off the ties. Rookie might have been caught. Korn's going to dive his way in, but Kakao's here as well. And Rookie easily defended there with the help from his jungler.
Yeah, so Kakao able to ward them off. It will be dragging up in a 14-second window. Rookie took a little bit of damage that time around, but still just has the wave clear for days. Look at that harass.
I love that little move from Rookie, just queuing forward to close the distance and then just throwing out the laser.
Yeah, and you see now Kakao zoning them off bottom turret. Name going to miss out on CS. He's now 25 CS behind. And just all over the place. Now it is a 7,000 gold lead.
Yeah, that leads back to where it was in game one, but a significantly earlier pace. We're only 17 minutes into the game. It's a tie. Almost lined himself up another solo kill, but he's going to get that turret.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's going to lengthen the lead even further. They're going to grab the second dragon of the game at only 17 minutes in. I hope there's some more fancy shot calling coming out of King, because otherwise, well, as we said, their scaling isn't there this time around. It's just going to get harder and harder.
It is. And King right now are on the verge of being beaten by Invictus Gaming in a flawless game. No dragons, no turrets, and no kills or towers right now. King need to do something quickly here, because IG just running over them this time.
Yeah, they certainly are. You know, they're even struggling to grab their buffs off the map. The blue buff, it was secured, but they got the red buff taken away from them again. Rookie going to go back. Got 40% cooldown reduction, and Insect continuing to farm up on this top Nautilus pick, and this is just showing the weaknesses of Nautilus. He's very melee. You know, he's a great tank, but doesn't really have a fantastic laning phase, and someone like Gnar that does have a good laning phase can just abuse that.
And I think a great thing there for IG to just give Zatai the counter pick, knowing, you know what, if Insect's going to go crazy, we trust in most of the picks you could take here.
Yeah, I completely agree with that mentality as well. As wow, Korn goes in again.
Just harass her onto Rookie though, but Rookie's answering back nicely. Still with the CS leads, Zatai again ult onto Insect, who's trying to run away. Yeah, ulti forced out there. Kakao's here as well. Zatai going to get the ball to toss this time now, and just keep going in. The Wallop finds him there, stops up against the turret. Kakao looking in as well, but Insect just getting to safety.
Yeah, he's able to kite back very well. That's always been the strength of the Nautilus since the changes came through. As we see Korn starting to grab some CS for himself, but just he can't fight back. That's the problem. He can farm okay in the top lane because he can wear this damage that's going to come through, but just never going to be able to turn it in his favor.
And Korn still trying to get some work done, has his Morellonomicon, but you look across the gold here, and IG just too far ahead. King might have some major items now finally coming through, but IG are through their first and either onto or finished their second.
Yeah, they certainly are getting towards that point in the game. And once again, Kakao flying towards that mid lane, keeping Rookie nice and safe as he continues to build a lead. And that's the last lane that really has any kill potential right now. Rookie maybe can get chunked out by Korn, especially if Huey's there to turn the gank in their favor, but any other lane, you feel that they're not even going to be able to get close in a fight.
Yeah, but again, like we said, I don't know what tools are here for King to try and get themselves back into the game. They managed to find a way last time with a pretty creative comp, but they'll need quite a bit more here in this one. Insect continuing to get bullied while clearing the waves out. Again, gets the hook down, gets a bit of damage, but he's 2 levels behind, and Insect might just go down again to Zatai.
Yeah, he's trying to fancy his chances and skirmish back efficiently, especially with Zatai overextending to that extent in the lane. We'll have to go back and get a shop in there. So good move from Insect to really try and shore up his laning phase a little bit more. But even the wards coming through from King are just on a strange side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, King just don't have options here. There's 2 fully upgraded sweepers now for IG. I actually love the double upgraded Yellow Trinket as Korn just eats a bunch of damage trying to defend a turret here. IG, again, just playing around King completely. And the gold lead, with only 4 kills in this game and 3 turrets, just based on the CS and the control they have alone, and Kikao's ridiculous counter-jungling project that he seems to be doing very well on. They're almost 10,000 gold behind.
Yeah, they have maybe caught out Kitties.
Oh, good catch there. They might be able to get the kill. Ignite is down there. Tidal Wave zones everyone else out. Depth Charge lands in there as well, but Kitty's going to flash, and not even he's going to go down.
Yeah, they use a lot for it, and now Zatai's in the middle of everyone.
Going in, but he's got no rage. Kakao dives back in. Huey gets evaporated there by Rookie, and now Zatai going to kite his way out of the fight. They'll keep running in. Insect getting low there. Korn diving back in, but Insect going to look to go down here. Kid dives in aggressive. He wants it and gets it. And it's just not, there's nothing here for King. IG going to dive under the turret, look for another kill, but just continue to take structures.
Tagged him there as well. Burns a passive, they'll be able to grab another structure. That was another 2-for-0 exchange. And you're exactly right, it just doesn't look like King can get anywhere near picking up a solid kill for themselves. They're always fighting backwards, never really have the damage to get through there. They're just a major item behind in every position. And credit to IG, it's all about how they've stacked up waves, got ahead in CS for themselves, and just pushed every advantage.
And look, they are now officially 10,000 gold behind, so at 21.5 minutes in, this game has gone completely pear-shaped for King. What do you think it is? Because they had, again, a great game 1 0 has just been caught here by Kakao. Very easy for him to solo up, but he's going to take the vision instead. Good juke of the bubble, actually. Very cute.
Zero's able to grab the pick ward in the end. Right now, it's honestly the fact that exactly what you mentioned, that they trusted Zatai with the counter pick. And Zatai, very good laner, as we see a little bit of aggression coming out of Rookie as he chunks out Korn. So Insect, he's got these crazy things in the top lane. He hasn't really settled there, and he's an unorthodox player. So the fact that they allowed Zatai 2 games in a row, once with a Aurelia and once with a Nada, to take a very strong laner in there, just meant that Insect was falling further and further behind, and that gives Kakao the confidence to be able to take it to a jungler like Huey. So just played very much toward Invictus's strengths and didn't allow any of the lanes to get rolling.
One diving in, damage on the Rookie's good, gets him to about 30% health. But King desperately trying to defend their turrets here. Zatai merrily split pushing in the top lane.
Yeah, and he's still 60 CS up. He's going towards around Yuan's Omen now, so he's going to only get stronger from this point forward. Hasn't gone the typical Zatai build. Isn't looking to be that very dangerous mini-Gnar form. Just instead, happy to team fight.
And Nautilus going to roam back up, but Insect 2 levels behind still in this particular matchup. Zatai has just had such a good run in this game and in the series in general, but I feel like King's lanes, it's what's let them down. Huey's not really a high-pressure jungler, though he did have a good go at ganking a lot of the lanes. And I feel like King, they fight together well. They actually mid-game shot call nicely as well. But as we can kind of see just from this game, looking down at the King right now, just maybe don't land as effectively as they will once they kind of get that synergy built back up.
Yeah, you definitely agree with that. And the non-pressure thing is a huge point you have to go back to, because Kakao recognized it. He knew that none of the ganks were going to work onto Rookie in the mid lane. That's what Huey was trying to do. And Kakao made him pay by just running around the jungle and farming up everything. He stole away both of the blue buffs, made sure that he was always going to be the jungler that had control of the area. Went Sightstone before he even got Cinderhulk toward both points of the red side of the jungle, and just made sure it was always on his terms. And
he's just farmed up so much. Now, 96 to 65, fairly impressive, because that honestly would be almost exclusively jungle farm.
Yeah, so the one thing about Kakao's creep score is he takes next to no lane farm. Even when it's available, he'll keep himself off the map to make sure that he's hidden. And they're going for a Baron already.
Yeah, I mean, 24 minutes in, but they have so much strength that they can just brute force their way towards this Baron. Absolutely zero vision there for King. The Scrying Orb's going to find out, give him the bad news. They'll get in there, but not in time to take the Baron. They might look for a fight, but the Ty's going in. Huey wanted the steal, but he's not going to get it. The tidal wave's good, but Rookie diving in there. Name just gets destroyed by Zatai and Victor. And Insect now caught out as well. Zatai with a great slow. They might have nailed zero. They're going to keep chasing. Nami might get out. Oh, mini numb. That's not good news. Korn backs in, though. Is going to keep his support safe. But a kill and a Baron, IG. And a tower now as well. It's about all they need.
Yeah, exactly. 15,000 gold the lead. They're going to push in, probably break the base. Insect goes for a last-ditch effort.
3v5 right now. 4v5, actually, although Zero returning in. Bit more of a 3v5. Kid going off there. Just gets aggressive. Huey gets knocked up. Zatai going to move in, finds the boomerang, and they'll just take this inhibitor.
Yeah, you see Rookie just continuing to bully.
Insect's dead. Huey's going to follow suit. Death Beam's going to get Rookie another kill. And he's just not stopping. He's so strong on this Victor. And IG might just win from here.
Yeah, exactly right. They're looking to push in, take out their game. Even Korn forced away. Kid on the turrets.
These turrets are not lasting long. The Baron up minions. King it is too far behind. It'll take a miracle to salvage it from this spot. And instead, Invictus Gaming will get themselves the 2-0 in flawless fashion against King. A hard-fought game one looked good, but IG look even better in game number 2.
The perfect game coming through. No kills, no dragons, no turrets. Invictus Gaming.
I'm surprised Huey got his first blue buff. That's how one-sided that game ended up being. Kakao was all over the enemy jungler then, and Zatai had a fantastic lane.
I think that, I was going to say, that is what you can learn from this. If Kakao is able to isolate the jungler, keep tabs of him, Invictus's lanes, in standard lanes, are ridiculously strong. Take their bottom lane out that will split, but even had a good performance this time. Rookie and Zatai, if allowed to counterpick, are dangerous players.
They are, and I think King showed us a lot in this series against these Zero and Kakao. Having a chuckle together, old buddies, of course, I'm sure. King certainly looked to be on the up. This will be a step down for them, I think, as far as an 0-2 goes, but Invictus game